Go, jingle bells. 5. From which reason or cause he dismissed Olympia, his wife, as if with a repudiation. She was with her being discovered of a sexual adultery nature. So basically, feigned adultery and divorced her. Therefore, Alexander, desiring to inquire or find out an origin of divinity for himself, and simul, at the same time, Cupien's taking the infinitive, wanting to free his mother from the infamy. Through people sent ahead, he suborned or gave orders for those priests that they would respond to him what he wanted. Entering into the temple, immediately the Antistites, their priests, saluted him as the son of Hammon. He was happy, elatus. So he was happy by an adoption of the of the god, and he ordered this that he ordered to be considered that he come from his father, this father. Then he asked whether all the interfectors, the murderers of his parent, if there'd been a revenge. It was responded that his father was not able to be killed nor die, but of King Philip, clearly a revenge had been proacted or done. With a third interrogation or question to the to him demanding, I'd say present participle, victory of all wars and possessions of the earth, they responded, would be given to him. 11. To his companions, his combs, also there was a responsum, that Alexander, as a god, not as a king, should be praised. Hink. Henceforth, there increased to him an insolence and a miraculous sort of tumour of his increased in his mind, a head swell, his superbity, his proudness, basically. With the comitate, his civility had been removed, which in letters of Greek and he'd learnt from Greek literature and Macedonian institutions. 13. He reversed from Hammon and founded Alexandria and the Macedonian colony to be the head of Egypt, the capital city of Egypt, he ordered. 12. Darius, when he had perfugated Babylon, to Babylon, it's in the accusative. Accusative usually means going there. Through letters, he implored Alexander for returning of captives. There's an A there, so they're female captives. He wanted this power or this opportunity to have female captives return. And into this matter, he promised a great amount of pecunia, money. 2. But Alexander, price of the captives, all the kingdom, not money he sought. So Alexander sought for the price of captives, all the kingdom, not money. With some time interjected in, other letters of Darius redundant or found their way to Alexander, in which the matrimony of his daughter and a portion of his kingdom he offered. Said Alexander, but Alexander rescripted back to him that for him it would be giving Susa, his own things, the kingdom was already his, and he ordered him to come as a supplicant to permit the decisions of the kingdom, the arbitrations, to the victor. Then, with hope of peace being omitted or lost, Darius reparodied the war. He made more preparations to continue on, and with a bunch of foot soldiers here, Milibus is 1,000, it's 400 or something, 400,000, and 100,000 cavalry. He went on his way to Obviam Alexander, to meet Alexander. Along the way, in itinerary, it was announced that his wife had decessit. She died from some collision abjecti partis, giving birth, basically, it says. And her death, Alexander had in lacrimatum, he'd cried about it, and he'd followed us up with funeral services very kindly. And this was not done of love, but for the sake of his humanity or his understanding. He had done this anyway. 7. For once only, she had been seen by Alexander, when the mother and the small children had been frequently consoled. Then Ratus say, thinking himself truly devictus, truly beaten, when after the battle, even in good deeds, he had been superadded, had been outdid by his enemy, he was gratum. He was thankful that if he wasn't able to win, that by such a person as him, he is preferably that he was beaten by such a man. 9. And so he wrote also a third letter, and he gave thanks that nothing towards his family, people, hostile had been done. He offered then a bigger part of his kingdom as far as the Euphrates River, and another daughter as a wife. And for the rest of the captives, 30,000 talents. To this, Alexander responded, an action of grace. He gave a bit of grace from the enemy. This was superfluous, this action of thanksgiving. 12. Neither by himself, Alexander, was anything done into an adulation of enemies. I wouldn't do anything if people flattering him who were enemies. Nor that the exodus, the outcome of the war when it was still in dubious footings, or in Legs' laws or conditions of peace, would he seek anything leniency. So basically, he doesn't respond to flattery, and he doesn't settle things when they're dubious in the war or in peace, but with a magnanimous mind, with magnitude of mind, in which he had learnt to use against the forces of enemies he would contend, or fight against, not against the calamities that had beset him. 14. And he promised he would bestow these things to Darius if he would be second to him, but not if he wanted to be considered par or equal with him. He said, but neither can the world is able to be ruled by two sons, nor is the orb of the world the highest part of the Summa, the two great kingdoms, basically, duo with the neuter plural. So the world can't have two big kingdoms, basically, with the state safe of the world, status of the world being safe, wasn't able to have. So in English, you can't have two sons, you can't have two great empires with the world being in a safe state. Proindi. So then either surrender on this day, or in the posterium day, the next day, prepare for battle. Neither should he promise anything else to him than what he's experienced another time for victory. So it might seem a bit weird, but basically it's not going to rely on any other thing than who wins the next day.